Welcome to the Wrangler tutorial on how to use the Analyze module. Again, if you need to know how to get to Wrangler, you should go to wrangler.okstate.edu and log in using your information that you've gotten from your instructor. From there, you'll get to this home page. At all times, you can access this left toolbar by just clicking on the W, which will expand and contract as you wish, or upon login, go to Analyze. When you go here for the very first time, you'll automatically be given this screen where you need to upload or paste an article that you are analyzing in your field. The choice of article should be based off of a good model of writing. It might be a top researcher in your field, or it could be from a topic in your discipline and you know that it's representative of good writing. You could even talk to a peer, a near peer, or an expert in your field to help you decide what is a good piece of writing to analyze. Ideally, you would analyze multiple pieces of writing, but starting off with just one is a good practice. So here you can upload a TXT if you have that option, or you can paste directly below, like that. Now, if you are pasting from a PDF file, please beware. Oftentimes you'll see that PDFs, copy and pasting from them can be troublesome. Oftentimes they'll have breaks in the middle of sentences like this, making them really awkward. You must clean these up because Wrangler does not understand these breaks that are in between sentences, and it will cause problems later on. So try to get the piece of writing clean like this. You can even go directly to those journal websites, and oftentimes you can copy text that's directly embedded within the website, and that is really a clean way of copying and pasting into Wrangler. Once you've added a name and saved your document, you will get to this layout where you can begin annotating your work. So let's say I click on this first sentence, I will have this framework pop up. Now this framework, if you notice, is introductions, but let's say I'm not actually working on an introduction section. You have the option of changing your framework by looking over here, introductions, methods, results, discussion. So if I'm working on a methods section, I want to click that, and then my methods framework will show up when I click on each sentence, right? So let's say we're working on introductions right now, and I want to look to see what this first sentence is saying. New ventures require resources to succeed, and one of the most critical of these is financing. If you look really closely, there's actually two strategies being used. New ventures require resources to succeed. That seems like general information. And then there's resources to support that, which is also quite general. But the main message here that I see really standing out is this part here. One of the most critical of these is financing, stating that financing is very important or critical of the field. So I'm going to click on that sentence again and say claim centrality. Notice how that sentence was then changed to blue. We know from what we learned in the Learn module that goals and strategies can be color-coded according to 3 different colors, blue, red, and green. Take a look at the Learn module if you are not sure what I'm meaning here. You can also see that the most critical is underlined. It says here, you would mark this as claim centrality, good work. That's because this underlined feature here is representative of claim centrality, and Wrangler recognized that. Sometimes you might see red squiggly lines, and that is a word of caution, because perhaps Wrangler saw something that you didn't, or you saw something that Wrangler didn't. Again, Wrangler is still developing, so we have a little ways to go, but we want to provide you some feedback along the way. The idea here then is to continue to annotate. I went ahead and annotated each of the sentences, and you can start to notice the patterns of red, blue, and green. Once you have annotated an entire introduction section, you will begin to see the argument structure that is taking place within that model article. You might notice that your model article actually jumps right into the red, and that's great. As soon as you can get into the red, the better. Others of you may notice a pattern similar to this, where there's blue, red, green. Some you might find have a blue, red, cyclical pattern, then ending in green. There are many different patterns that are possible, but you really need to annotate published work in your field so that you can understand what is representative of your field and how you can move forward in your writing process. If you are ready to add more introduction sections or method sections or any section of your articles, of your models, you can go to this little tiny icon here that will expand and collapse and add new function. So adding a new document, you will get the same window where you can then add, for example, example 2. Now I just annotated or pasted a small section of an introduction, but what you can do is copy and paste an entire article or the or section by section. That's completely up to you. As you add more and more documents, they will all be found here and they will be saved automatically. In addition to your documents being saved, your actual annotations will be saved. So your instructor will be able to go in here and provide you comments. When you have a comment from your instructor, you will see a little red dot that I'm not going to show you in this tutorial, but you can take note of it once you see it. A little red dot that will show at the end of each sentence. So that's the Analyze module, and if you have any questions, please reach out.